Hi there everyone, welcome to my channel Aqualuna73. This is going to be the other moon reading, messages from beyond the veil. So in the first reading that I didn't even realize the reading was 50 minutes. It's very long. I didn't even realize it, but I'm glad a lot of you watched it. It's a beautiful reading in my opinion, and I also indicated that I wanted to pick up on the male energy involved in this dynamic. I also indicated that this might be a twin flame, divine male, divine female dynamic. So uh, I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the other midnight reading. I pre-selected the cards from my Karma Music Tarot deck, and I meditated on the cards, and these are the three cards that the universe gave you. Okay, it's a death card is the first card. The second card is Osiris, and the third card that you got is the Eight of Cups. So the other reading that I did was a past life reading. Okay, so I'm going to pull more cards, and I'm going to use the Oracle deck, this one. Okay, and I'm going to add these cards to this reading. Okay, so I'm going to draw 10 cards. I'm looking at my notes here that I made for this meditation, for this reading. So if my voice fades away, okay, I'm just looking at my notes, okay, that I made while I did the meditation for the reading. So it's a 10 card spread. There's already 3 cards. So we're only going to draw um, another 7 cards. So like I said, your first card is the death card. Okay, and a lot of people, when they see the death card, they feel very alarmed. But the death card is probably, I would consider, a very important card. It's definitely a very important card, because a death is also transformation. It speaks of change, but the type of change that death speaks about, it has a lot of depth. In other words, it's a dark night of the soul thing. It's somebody diving deep into their psyche, okay, and facing aspects about themselves that not a lot of people actually want to work through. Okay, um, I think it's a very rare few people, okay, that are willing to walk this path. Okay, and it's this card today is the energy that this individual is in. This male is in this energy. It's like the word ego death is coming to mind. It's like the universe is, if this is your divine male, I think I spoke yesterday to the divine female, this is your divine male's energy. So I don't know if you are in separation. It comes across that you might be in separation with this individual. If you actually had an encounter with this person, I do not know. Okay, so I'm just telling you what I'm picking up. So he is in this energy. This is his soul aura at the moment. He's very in a deep, possibly some of them, of the divine males, a deep soul searching, questioning, existential type of crisis thing. Um, he's actually asking a lot of questions about life and stuff like that. Okay, I think this energy that is in is partially because of what he encountered with you. Okay, it's like you were a catalyst. You basically, you were a catalyst in this transformation that he's experiencing with this death card. Because you see this skeleton, I think some of the divine males might actually blame the divine females for this energy that they're in. Okay, this is several people that I'm doing this reading for. Okay, not only one. So some of you might be in the energy where you're moving through this shadow, where you're moving through this dark night of the soul, or this Kundalini awakening that you're in. Okay, and you will see this is a snake, and the snake is attached to a bird, and you will see there's a smile on the bird's face. This is like a phoenix rising from the ashes. It's the death card is also represented by Scorpio. Okay, so there are certain aspects that this divine male, excuse me, sorry, that this divine male needs to work through, or they are busy in the process of this. I'm sorry, I just had um, some yogurt to eat, and now I have like heartburn. Okay, but I'm going to be okay. So, yeah, this is the energy that they're in, the death energy. It's like you will see, like I said, yeah, there's a smile on the face of this part. There is this transformation is also, it's the, I wanted to indicate that this skeleton doesn't have a foot. So basically, there's some type of destruction that's occurring. Okay, I said it's an ego death, but the skeleton's foot is cut off, which means it's going to slow him down. Okay, if he moves through something, it's going to basically slow him down. But this slowing of this energy, okay, it's basically almost like the universe wanting this person to experience things in a certain way. Okay, because I don't know why, but I distinctly get the feeling this energy that this person is, they need to deal with some type of grief, but it's a very long type of process. Okay, it's like this death energy, it's associated with a happy energy. It's also associated with uh, a sad energy. Okay, it's almost like um, this divine male finds them in an energy where they feel dormant, as if there's no, they basically feel like they're in a maze, basically. Okay, this individual feels like they're in a maze, and they can't find the exit, and they're also being slowed down by certain obstacles, and they're basically trying to hurry through this process, but it's like the universe is pulling them back, because there are certain aspects within themselves that they still need to work through. Okay, what those aspects are, I do not know. Your second card is the Osiris card, and it's also in the other tarot deck, it's the Emperor card. The Emperor card is represented by Aries, like you can see here. So whoever this individual is, I said he was having an ego death. Osiris is represented by commerce, okay, by business. So this individual might be an influential person. This person might own their own business. They might have a very important job, this divine male, okay? This is the energy. The second card, this Osiris energy that this individual is in. I distinctly get the feeling that this person is moving away from this energy. This person was in this energy all their life. They could have had a business at a very young age. Okay, 25 is coming to mind. It's like this person might be a middle-aged individual. I would say between the ages of 35 to 45, maybe older, I don't know. But this person is an established individual. So what I pick up from this Osiris card, it's like this individual has already reached some type of fulfilled potential, okay? Maybe in their business. They were very ambitious and powerful individual in the past. I don't know if this person is retired, okay? But this is this person's past energy. So this individual could be a retired individual. Oh my God, I don't know how old is this person that they can be retired at the age of 45. I said older. It could be an older person. Okay. If you possibly started your business at the age of 25 and you invested, yeah, it's possible to retire at 45 to 50 if you make a lot of money. So maybe this person took early retirement and they basically, yeah, this was the energy that they were in. This is like, I distinctly get the feeling this person is in the 40, 50, 60 bracket. This is the age that I get of this person. It's like they've already accomplished a lot in life. Okay. Say for instance, they were a very competitive person, they started a business, they won awards, they appeared in all kinds, also they did everything basically, okay? And yeah, this is what they were. They were in this Osiris energy, a very successful individual. This person, you see this television at his feet and then these webs. This person could have been in the entertainment industry. If not, they maybe were retired individual regarding technology is coming to mind, okay? So this person could be in IT, some type of technology, okay? I have no idea what. I don't know why this is coming to mind. Okay, so a lot of people watch Forrest Gump, okay? And there's a scene in Forrest Gump where he discovers that he's a very wealthy man and he invested money in the company IBM. Okay, they basically the company that started the fast supercomputer. Okay, I'm speaking under correction. So this individual could be somebody that is like a veteran in technology or yeah, something to that effect. I don't know. I don't know who this person is. They could have Aries in their chart somewhere. They were a very authoritative individual. So like I said, this could have been a boss or something. Intelligent. So basically, I said ego death. This person was in this energy, okay, and they, but see, I don't know if they currently in this energy where they're having this ego death. Okay, maybe this ego death, if this is a successful individual, this basically this ego death is something that shows them that, oh my God, why is this coming to mind? Okay, this is what's coming to mind. There's a verse in the Bible, of a passage in the Bible where Jesus speaks to a group of people, and there's this young man approaching him, and he asks God, what do I have to do to enter the kingdom of heaven? And uh, Jesus said to him, I don't know why this is coming up, okay. Jesus said to him, if you want to enter the kingdom of heaven, you have to sell everything you have and follow me. And then Jesus said this verse about, um, it would be easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter heaven. I think that's in Matthew, I don't know. So I have no idea what this is and who this individual is. Okay. But this person is having some type of ego death. And they were in this energy. They're not in this energy. They basically, they are still, it's almost like this individual maybe had a lot of toxic friends and colleagues that they worked with, and they are still remnants and grappling because this is their hands that are protruding there, okay, from the earth. There's no bodies attached to these hands, and it's just lying there. So it tells me, and some of the hands are reaching out. So it tells me it's like energies reaching out to this individual, energies of their past. It could be anything. It could be people, maybe feelings, emotions that they need to work through. Okay, I have no idea what this might be. So the Eight of Cups is the third card. And like I said, this is the environment that they're in, or the environment that they may have been in, or trying to leave, basically. Because this person feels, like I said, it could be anything, the type of people. I don't know why this is coming to mind. I can't even remember. It was a very long time ago. I saw this reel of this man on, I can't even remember whose podcast it was. This guy was interviewed. He was obviously a businessman. He was on a podcast. And he's a very generous individual. He's a wealthy man. He wrote a book and they interviewed him on this podcast. I do not know who this guy is. Okay, I can't remember. But I watched it. It's a very short reel. So basically, he said his wife spoke to him and said, next time we go out for dinner and all your colleagues and friends are with you. Okay. I need you to do something, because she told him his friends and family and colleagues are taking advantage of him. Okay, his wife told him that. And I just distinctly remember, the only thing I can remember, I'm trying to think whose podcast it was. I can't remember. I just know the guy was white and he was bald. Okay. He was young. He was a middle 45, 50 age Caucasian guy. But anyway, they went to dinner, and when the bill came, he usually pays for the bill. Everybody just assumes he's going to pay for the bill, okay, because he's the one that has all the money. He's the billionaire, the millionaire. Everybody just assumes, okay, you're going to. So she said to him, tell them, I can't remember what she said, but it's something about tell them everybody's responsible for their own bowl. And as soon as he said that, he could see straight through the people who was for him and who wasn't. Okay, so I have no idea if this individual is walking away from toxic people that took advantage of them. This could be the case. You placed him in this energy. You could have maybe, I don't know if you're in contact with this person as a divine female or twin flame female, but you basically guided this person to this realization, like something similar to what this guy experienced that I was just speaking about. So it's like he has this voice in his head, and it's like your voice that is in his head, and you're basically guiding him through something, okay, emotional. You're basically guiding him back to himself. So I don't know if you and him have a connection. Wow, how do you call that thing? Telepathic connection with each other, where you talk to each other in the 5D. Okay, you could be connected in the 5D with each other, and you communicate with each other on a higher level. So basically, you and him, you're guiding each other through something, or you are guiding him, divine female, through something. This is beautiful. The present wave. This individual in their previous life. Do you remember I said it last night when I did the previous reading from Beyond the Veil? I mentioned that the lifetimes that you shared with this person was, you either, there was Alphaville that came up, and Nikita. I was speaking about the Berlin Wall. I also mentioned Shogun and the Last Emperor. So I said that you could have shared lifetimes in the Asian country like Japan, okay, where he was a samurai, or you were, or something to that effect, okay. Genghis Khan is coming to mind. Why is that like that? From where is Genghis Khan? Okay, but anyway, and the thing that's coming to mind now is, now with this prison wave, there could have been a lifetime that you shared this person where they were like a warden in a jail, okay, and you were a prisoner in this jail, okay, because this, it says the prison wave, self-sabotage, poverty, and consciousness. I don't know why this is coming to mind, the Count of Monte Cristo. Count of Monte Cristo. I can't even remember. I watched that a very long time ago, okay? But there was a specific, I don't even know, maybe they made a lot of Count of Monte Cristos. But there was this specific scene where a guy was in the jail for years. Okay, up in the tower. It's coming to mind. So basically, if this person was in jail in a previous lifetime, you were basically guiding this person, or you had this support, but it was like support in the 5D. It could be God, it could be an angel. This is a like a fairy. This is like a, Let me see quickly. It looks like a fairy, you see, with wings. The fairy is locked up. So basically, either you were in a situation where you were locked up and this person was, or felt trapped in something, and this person is basically guiding you, or you could be doing this for each other. Okay. Or it could be that in a previous lifetime, this person was like a warden in a prison, and you basically created like a friendship with this individual, and they, oh, something to that effect. This is a fifth card. The Camel Boy, small steps, asking for help. I told you about the foot that was cut off here. This is his energy. He's moving very slowly through this process because there's a lot of basic trauma that this individual has to go through. I don't know exactly what. Okay, maybe it's not even trauma, maybe it's just things, okay, like relationship dynamics and stuff that this person has to work through. Okay. It could be that there are aspects in this individual's childhood that they also need to look at in order for them to basically heal something. Maybe this individual wasn't somebody, okay, you get this, where men are so full of pride, they don't want to accept help. They may have um, like trauma of some kind, or have experienced something and they don't want to get therapy. Okay, so this could be the case. This individual might experience something, but they don't want to admit that they need help with something, or psychological help or support. Okay, it's like they, for some of you, it could feel like they going to admit that they're weak if they do this. But it's not, okay, because at the end of the day, it takes a much stronger person to admit that they need help. Okay. It takes a stronger person to be vulnerable as well. It's, you know why I'm saying this? It makes me think of, say for instance, you find yourself in a situation where you see, okay, this is a scene that's playing off in my head. Okay, it's in a movie. I can't even remember what movie it was. Number four. I can't remember what's the movie. I think it was about superheroes or something. But basically, it's in this high school. The this boy is being bullied, and he opens his locker. And when he opens his locker, there's this like bomb thing, not a real bomb, like this there's like paint in it, and it explodes, and his whole face is pink and red, and everything in the locker. And he takes out this picture to see if the picture is damaged, and he sees it's just covered with the stuff, and he wipes it off, and he's very sad. And these guys walk past and they laugh at him, and then there's this other guy that sees what happens. Okay, this is what I think. I can't remember if it, but he's basically walking up to this guy and pushes him, and they have this conversation where they bicker among each other, and you can see this guy's hands, it balls into a fist, and his hands become red, which tells me he might be some type of superhero or something. Okay, but he controls his temper, and he doesn't give in. So basically what I'm saying is this: it takes a lot for a individual not to give in uh, to certain aspects that are carnal, like your temper. Okay, so either this person is overcoming some type of temperamental issue. They could be a temperamental person, a bossy person. Okay, and these are things that they're working through because they realize they cannot, if they want to be with you, they cannot go about the relationship in a way as if it's a business. Okay, I have no idea who this individual is. I just know they might have Aries in the chart, Scorpio. Okay, it could be Aries or Scorpio in the chart. Okay, so you are this lady in the mirror. This is you, reflection and non-judgment. You're reflecting something back to him. This individual, when you are in their presence, divine female, you make them feel like this, like a boy. I don't know if it's your aura or if they feel they can be themselves with you or if they feel inadequate, but this is the feeling. Okay, they feel this when they're around you. And you're basically reflecting something back to them. Maybe you reflecting some type of innocence back to them, something that they've forgotten about, okay, purity, something beautiful, clean, something like a childlike state, okay, innocence basically, that this person may be lost or forgot that they had. It makes me think of, if you remember Peter Pan, there was this with Robin Hood. I mean Robin Williams. He forgot how to fly. Okay, and basically these boys in this forest where they were trying to convince him he had to use his imagination, okay, and believe that it's possible for him to fly. So this is the type of energy that you basically bringing some type of magic or mirroring something magical back to this individual, okay, and it places them in this state. It's an innocence, a purity, a beautiful thing, mind you. This is what I pick up. It's like you creating the space where this person can be vulnerable, basically. You, this divine male, basically uses you as a mirror. And this is how you're, either if you're not in this dynamic yet, this is how your relationship is going to be. Basically, what I mean with is using you as a mirror is your state of being. If you're not happy, he's going to know, okay, if she's not happy, it's either something I did or something that happened. So basically holds up a mirror to himself, and you also hold up a mirror to yourself, okay, which is amazing. This is wonderful. Okay, you both are very, it's like they want to step into this energy where they're not in judgment, where you're not in judgment of each other, and you both reflect about things. I want to ask the universe, okay, about their family, this person's family. What can you tell me about this person's family, this male? What can you tell me about this person's family? The ringmaster of scrutiny, discernment, clear vision, and details. So basically what this is saying is this individual was this or is this in the family dynamic or the broader family, okay? A very discerning individual, okay, with clear vision, and somebody that concentrates a lot on detail. So the role that they played in the family is somebody that's very respected. This individual is respected, but in the same breath, you're also showing certain things to him. I think this person's family, this is what's coming to mind. Some of you might not be in union with this individual yet, and this person's family knows about you, and they're scrutinizing you and judging you. Divine female, I don't know why. This is what I pick up. I don't know why they would judge you. The Fire Prince. I said yesterday with this card also came. No, this card didn't come out yesterday with the Desert Prince. But this person in a previous life, they also. So you both, in a previous life, you both died in a very traumatic way. Or it could be this Fire Prince is basically just indicating that this person has strong Aries in their sign. I strongly get the feeling, I told you yesterday in the other reading that this person might have been in the military. This could be it. This person possibly was here. This Osiris card could also be a very aggressive card. This is also, it says here, aggression. So this person could have been a very aggressive individual in their past. Okay. And this is why they need to have this ego death as well. And they also, there's some part of me that sees this individual had this issue in a previous life as well, and basically they had a very, also a traumatic passing, maybe also by fire. I don't know. The sun dances, joyful activity, celebration of life and abundance. This person's past life. Is something that this individual, okay, I don't know who this individual is. Okay, this is what I pick up. This person, like I said, this person is going through a transformation with this death card. They were in this Osiris energy. Okay, so basically this ego death that this individual is experiencing is teaching them certain aspects of their past with relationships. Maybe this person is a widow. Say for instance this person is a widow and they were married and this person's wife died. Okay, and basically it's almost like this, as if this individual is sitting with themselves, and they sitting in the memory of past experiences with the sun dances. Okay, they could be even watching old tapes and stuff about when, say for instance, this person is in the early middle ages and they retired. They're watching old tapes, like those old movie tapes of families and stuff, holidays and stuff. They could be watching stuff like that, and now they're scrutinizing past experiences, and they're basically in a very sad energy. Okay, and they're saying to themselves, okay, I should have done that differently and that. So they still blaming themselves for certain aspects of a past experience or a past love, or maybe experiences that they had with their wife or their husband. I don't know. Okay. But the universe doesn't want you to look at this. The universe doesn't want you to look at the experiences that you had. It doesn't come across that this person was a mean person or stuff like that. Because if you had joyful experiences in your past, tells me that, yeah, with this fire prince also, which indicates passion. So this person could have had very beautiful, warm experiences with their family, in a family dynamic. Okay. But instead of looking at those experiences, they're looking at the bad experiences and they're blaming themselves. Okay. And this is not what you should do. The universe doesn't want you to. It's fine if you go through that ego death, but you can't constantly martyr yourself because of maybe mistakes that you made. Okay, we all make mistakes and we learn. Okay, and we do better. Like Maya Angelou says, if you know better, you do better. Isn't it so? And this is what you need to learn. That's also your lesson. If you know better, you do better. Okay, I'm going to ask a last question. What is the past life or the past experiences impact on the current situation that this individual is having with the divine female? How is this past life experience influencing this current experience? Okay. The web weaver, synchronicities, divine intelligence, cause and effect. I think, yeah, is whips. This is your energy, divine male, and this is a woman. I don't know if this person meets someone, or I mean, I don't know if you already met this individual. Like I said, I strongly get the feeling that this might be with a web. It might be an online thing. You meet online. I don't know in which reading I spoke once about a couple that I actually know that meet online. I don't know them personally, but I had a colleague that worked with me, and her cousin met her husband online, and they're still married and they have kids. So they meet each other on Facebook. So he was from the UK and she's a teacher from South Africa. I think I already spoke about this. So I don't know how you're going to meet this person, maybe online, on social media. Maybe you're going to be meet in a group. I have no idea what this is or how, but this is your energy. It's like you're both weaving some type of web here, but this web that you're weaving, okay, it's like the word safety net is coming to mind. Safety net of experiences and knowledge, and so that you, yeah, like in divine intelligence, okay, creating the right type of karma for the right type of experiences. This is basically where this all boils down to. Anyway, I'm going to draw a last card. What last message do you have for this divine now? Last message. I do not know if you're going to be, it doesn't look like the two of you are in union yet. It comes across that you might still meet this person, or you already have and you still, this person is still going through a dark night of the soul. Okay. So what lessons and messages or last message do you have, my collective, for this moon reading, please and thank you. Okay. Oh my God, why would you get this? This is so odd. Okay, this is the card that I just drew. Okay, for this unrequited love, there is not enough love to keep this relationship going in a healthy way. Okay, so there's not a lot of understanding between the two of you. You come from two different backgrounds, and there are still a lot of stuff that you need to work through. So I don't think this is a union that's going to take place anytime soon. Okay, because there are still issues, ego issues, and maybe issues on your side that you also need to work through. So what I always say is love is understanding, and there's not enough understanding between the two of you to make this relationship work in a healthy way. Okay, so there are still aspects that you need to work through. Okay, anyway, this is your reading for today. Please take care. God bless you guys, and thank you for watching. Bye.